All right, on a walk. We are almost in the middle of winter, I'd say. Maybe not even. But we got lucky today. Today is a beautiful day. Well, they're all beautiful. But today's a nice day. The sun's out. And decided to take a little walk. Something really important happened on this walk, and I want to just directly address you guys, directly address the world, and do something really vulnerable, because I think it needs to be done. And I think it needs to be done because, you know, when I'm talking about easy mode, I'm thinking about easy mode, going on social media, I am portraying 95% of my truth. I'm portraying 95% of my truth. So let's talk about that other 5%. What's not being shown? Well, before we get to that, just really quickly, why is this important? Why is this even going to be a video? Well, I think from my experience, one of the easiest things to do in this world as a human being is to lie to ourselves. And I think we actually, you're thinking about pillar 2, meta frame of mind, right? Stacking meta frames on reality in your favor. Let's say being delusionally confident, having a delusional sense of belief, right? I think there's a lot of really good things that can come out of, look at the sun, by the way. Look how beautiful that is. Look at the sky. It's amazing. So vast. Anyways, I think there's a lot of good things, I think, that or beneficial things, you could say, advantageous things that can come out of being, delusional consciously, like choosing to be delusional, or can come out of basically just being able to stack those meta frames, right? Like, if my leg hurts right now or something like that, I can potentially stack a meta frame and be like, you know what? The more my leg hurts, the better, or something like that. And then maybe I go from being like, the negative sense of my leg hurts to, no, it's good that my leg hurts. It means my walk is beneficial. I don't know. Something like that. The point being is that humans are really good at this, but I think we do it in a way. Most of us do it in a way. Again, this is my experience. You can tell me if you haven't done this. But it's time to be honest. It's just time to be fucking honest. It's time to be fucking honest. I think this could honestly be like, I gotta continue to make sure the camera's going, by the way, so that's why I'm turning it around, recording in 4K, and you never know when my phone's gonna lose. I've taken so many videos. Anyways, point being, let's get to the point, Jaden. Come on. So it's time to be fucking honest. And again, I think this video could be like an hour plus long, but I'm gonna try to just make it concise. And if you're listening to this and you get through it, I appreciate that. If not, it's okay too. One of my online mentors said, he talks about the Bible. He talks about the Bible basically saying, don't judge the chip he say? What does it say? You probably know this. Don't judge the chip in your brother's eye when you have a plank in your own eye. Right? Judgment is reserved for God, a higher power, not for a human being. When you have a plank in your own eye. Let me know when you don't have a plank in your own eye. Then you can judge. But it's time to get fucking honest. It's time to be as real and raw as it gets. And, the only way that I can fulfill my goal personally of being a leader in this world is to truly just truly do that. Truly do that. I really believe that. I don't think this easy mode thing is gonna work without that. And the reason I say that is because who wants to really... How can you be seen as a leader if you're not really laying it all out there? If there are leaders in my lives who I look up to, that, and they're, as far as I can tell, as authentic as it gets. You think about the great leaders of this world who really truly changed generations, who changed the world. You think about Jesus or the Buddha. Maybe you think about Mahatma Gandhi. You think about Nelson Mandela. And a lot more. I know I'm not naming, but as human beings with egos, we like to mostly subconsciously hide from reality. That could be circumstances that we don't want to really fully face. We don't want to look at the truth. That could be, if I'm walking with a camera on my face right now, that could be somebody's walking by, which there happens to be in a sec here. Somebody's walking by and and I feel like I gotta filter what I'm saying, or I can't be fully authentic, or whatever it is. How's it going? I like the Christmas music. So it could be, something like that, or it could be, you don't want the world to really see you. And I was actually talking to my dad today, and he made a point about that. His talking about the newer generation, and he was talking about how there's just so many people on media, younger people, and he gets it. It's a form of income. You're building a personal brand, all that good stuff. He's like, he just feels like there's so much fabrication out there. And when building easy mode, my business partner and I have been talking about just telling our stories, and that being like the best way to do all this. So here I am. Here I fucking am. And there's going to be a lot more videos like this. But we hide from the world. We don't want people to see the true nature all the time, or the full truth. A lot of us are ashamed. But there's something there. You know what I mean? Just making sure this thing's still going. There's something there. Meaning, what does it really mean to be authentic? And why is that important? And what is it? And how do we get there? What does that have to do with God or a higher power? When you feel it, and you know it, and you're living it, and you're living authentically, and you're living in the truth, and you're showing people your truth. I mean, man, there's just so much to say about this. But I think, and a huge part of living on easy mode is that authenticity. And ideally, we have that at a 99%, I think. I don't think everything can be perfect 10 out of 10. I think you're always striving for something. Look at that, by the way. Amazing. So, I might have ADHD. I'm not sure. Let's start there. I might have ADHD or ADD or whatever it is. So I think a good place to start, because I want to keep this video relatively short, and because there's so much to say about this, and I don't know, I think this would just be beneficial for the world, and then we can get to expanding on authenticity in the context of easy mode and, you know, God and everything like that. So let's do this. It's time to get fucking honest. So let's start here. You know, my hair is thinning. I'm 25. I know a lot of people deal with that. I could talk in future videos about the way that I have felt about that for a long time, which I've mostly gotten over. But anyways, I don't love the way my teeth look. Right? You know, I talk about easy mode. But, you know, and I live it, or I think I live it as much as I can. I could always do better. Everyone can do better. But, you know, yet I am, you know, I don't own my own home. I don't even have my own space. I'm living with my future fiance, future wife, and, you know, in her parents' home, because they've opened up their home to me and they wanted to help me. I have like a couple $1,000 to my name. I have a few $1,000s of debt on a credit card. Now there's more context here, but I'm not gonna sit here and justify anything. Or the credit card debt thing is, you know, I invested into myself and my education, and thank God I did that. But, you know, point is, it's not paid off, right? What else can I think of? Look at the beauty of this world. What else can I think of? I don't know. I'm 6 foot with shoes, but I'm pretty sure I'm 5'11" without them. Some people would disagree. I don't know. Anything at this point. Anything. What else? I've been trading Forex for the most part. I've had breaks and things like that, but for about 5 years now. And I've only lost money. There's been stretches where I've made money. But overall, I've only lost money. Again, more context. I'm at the point where, you know, things are shifting. But that's the whole point of easy mode, right? Is it's really about trajectory. And it's about giving yourself the best chance now. And the art of life shifts over time. Right? The art of life shifts over time. And it's about giving yourself the best chance now. It's about flipping that switch now and living in a way where things start to come easier to you. So you have probably heard me talk about, you know, 10 months ago. I think it's actually almost a year ago now. Not keeping track, where the switch really flipped for me. Over the past, you know, 11 months, let's call it, I've changed drastically. I've had the most amount of financial progress that I ever have had in my life, just overall. I'm doing what I love for a living. Let's lay that on the line. Easy mode, right? Well, I made a lot of progress over the last 11 months. in sales and everything like that. And I got promoted in my company 5 months ago. And then guess what? I got demoted. Why? Well, I actually sat down and I tracked that to one of the, it's a little tricky, but, there's one pillar that I think I wasn't maximizing, and I think I have my opinions on what happened. I actually don't think it's all what it's looks like or what it sounds like, but that's okay. You know what? I'm using it to my advantage. And so when we're talking about easy mode, I don't want to, it's kind of funny. I don't want to invalidate easy mode right now, because what I want to do is I want to start with being authentic. And I want to start with telling the story, because what's going to happen is as the art of my life changes, you're going to start to see the impact of living on easy mode. And guess what? It starts, number one, with awareness, and it starts with authenticity. Because without being able to engage with life fully, you're not really going to move the needle too much, right? It's kind of like, inauthenticity is like being like a butter knife. You're not making, you could get the job done, maybe. You're not going to make much of an impact. You're not cutting through. You're kind of dull. You're kind of like fit in. You don't really stand out. You're not super unique. Whereas being authentic is like this handcrafted steak knife, for example, or some other kind of dope knife. You're cutting through. And people feel that in your interactions, and people can see that on video, and people can feel that shit. And then you start getting somewhere in life a lot faster. And so that's one thing to address too, is like, okay, well, why might you even be listening to this video right now? Is because, well, maybe you're at point A and you want point B, and then you have everything in between. And you know that you, in health, wealth, love, happiness, could be doing better, optimizing. You want something more for yourself. There's something where you realize you're not exactly living this life the way that you could be. Either results are not there, or enjoyment is not there, or both. And that could be, and again, one of these pillars or all of them: health, wealth, love, happiness. So that's the whole point. That's the whole point of easy mode. I truly believe that easy mode is the key. I really believe this. You can call me crazy. That's okay. You can say, then why aren't you X, Y, or Z? That's okay. That stuff is on the way. It gets better every day, guys. It gets better every day. And again, I'm not perfect, of course, but the point being is that easy mode is the shift of trajectory, and it's the enjoyment at 100% in the now, giving yourself the best possible chance at doing this life the best, right? I always say, again, results and enjoyment, being and doing, working as hard as you can, but it doesn't feel like work, and having as much fucking fun as you can while you're doing it. Those things don't have to be separate. And so, again, it starts with being authentic. What's going to happen is, it's going to be fucking awesome. You guys are going to get to see this shift in the external, right? Let's put another thing here on the line. My biggest struggle has been the wealth pillar. Again, health, wealth, love, happiness. My biggest struggle in my life has been the wealth. But things are changing very rapidly. That's the exciting part. Things have changed the most rapidly. I've gotten the most progress in the fastest amount of time over the past 10 months. And I said, why? How and why did that happen? How and why did that happen? Well, pillar number 1, connection to God or a higher power. Could be the universe, whatever it is. We'll talk more about this. Pillar number 2, meta frame of mind. How are you approaching any given moment? Are you able to morph reality? Are you able to really have control up here? Pillar number 3, almost done. Pillar number 3, calibration to reality. Are you aware of all the inputs and the outputs? Are you calibrated there? Do you know what's going on? Do you know why you're not getting the results or getting the enjoyment or having the fun? Do you know who you are? Do you know why you operate the way you operate? And pillar number 4, practicality. How are your actions aligning with your intentions? And guys, I truly believe this, that this can really change the world. And I'm taking it upon myself to do the best job that I possibly can at communicating this, and my business partner as well, at communicating this. And I have an amazing group of people around me, friends, family, people I love just so much. And I truly believe this is the key. Now, if there's anything you think I'm not thinking of, or I'm not considering, or maybe I'm missing a pillar or something like that, let me know. I'm always open to discussion, but I will be the leader in this. Like I say I want to be. I will stand tall. I will stand strong, and I will be fucking authentic, because just like you, just like me, just like you, I want to tell you, use whatever word you like, but God made you perfect. God made you perfect. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. God made you perfect. The universe, the flow, whatever it is, evolution. God made you perfect. God made you perfect too. Anyways, that's my message. I laid out all the big stuff that on the line here. You know where I'm at. You know what I'm about. Results in enjoyment and authenticity. Easy mode. More to come.